Just when I thought the Dagestanis couldn't be any more intimidating, we've got this guy debuting at UFC 294. Now, just by the look of him, you can tell he does not avert his eyes when he drives by roadkill. Not for a second. He also looks like he has traps that he had to bathe in trenbolone to develop. And to top it all off, he's ginger. Now, losing a fight is one thing, but losing a fight to a ginger is a whole other ball game. Now, exactly what other ball game that is, I'm not 100% sure, but there's something there. This guy's name is Sharaputdin Magomedov, and he is the very first fight on the early prelims. And luckily for Bruno Silva, he's not actually that jacked all the time. It's just a really good picture. But what is terrifying about this guy is his skill set. He was a former 18-2 K1 kickboxer, and he has translated those skills into mixed martial arts in a dangerous way. His style is like Muay Thai mixed with karate/taekwondo kicks. The level of proficiency this guy is at with his kicks is mind-boggling. He will be completely backed up against the cage, his opponent trying to pressure him, spamming an array of kicks at these guys. Ridiculously fast, no telegraph, front leg hook kicks, front leg side kicks, a leg kick that I could only compare to prime Jose Aldo. The speed in which he throws his leg kicks. The only way you're going to have any hope in checking one of these is if you're already bouncing that front leg in that Thai fighting stance. If you're standing like any regular MMA fighter does, slightly bladed, low center of gravity to the ground, you're going to get lit up. It's going to be very difficult to stop. So fighting this guy on the outside is going to be a nightmare. But what makes him even more terrifying is that as soon as you close the distance and try to clinch up with him, he butchers people with knees and elbows in the clinch really badly. And to make things worse, even getting to the clinch in the first place with this guy is a problem. He is very good at timing knees right up the middle as soon as you try to pressure. And even if you do get his back up against the fence, he will still spam kicks at you. I've never seen a guy able to kick as fast and as hard as he does with a minimal amount of space. The weakest aspect of his game is definitely going to be in the grappling, but even then, he's shown to have decent takedown defense and good get-ups when he does get taken down. He seems very physically strong, and with how dangerous he is with knees, it's a scary prospect failing a takedown with him because if you end up clinched, you're going to take some damage. But all in all, if you're able to get him on the ground, that's going to be your best bet to beat him in an MMA fight. Match him up against a really high-level wrestler who hits him with a power double leg and put him on his back out in the open. You're taking away all of his best skills. And when we see him matched up against someone like that in the UFC, it's going to be very telling how he'll stack up against the elite of the division. But as far as where he stands right now in the middleweight division, put him up against anybody, he's going to be a serious problem on the feet and a serious problem in the clinch. The other thing that makes this guy such an interesting fighter is usually the Dagestani fighters, yeah, they're all elite, but they're very respectful, they're very cordial, a lot of them are Muslim. I don't know if this guy's Muslim, but what I do know, he is a maniac. A news story broke a little while back when Magomedov was in a shopping mall going down an escalator. There was a couple in front of him who were showing affection because he had his arm wrapped around his girlfriend and they kissed or something like that. And Sharaputdin saw this as the ultimate sign of disrespect. So he then pondered all the possible ways he could handle this situation. And ultimately, he decided that assaulting the man was the only logical way he can respond to this. So that's exactly what he did. There was also that time that he competed at an ADCC Open. And before the match, he went to his opponent and said, look, I have a UFC debut coming up soon. I have a bad ankle. Can you just not heel hook this leg at all? And apparently his opponent said, yeah, sure, no problem. Well, the first thing his opponent did was heel hook him, and Sharaputdin decided to try stomping on the guy. Now, if his opponent did 100% say, yeah, no heel hooks, I won't do anything like that, and then did it, yeah, it's not cool. At the same time, though, you're competing at an ADCC Open. This isn't a tiny little whatever tournament. Winning one of those tournaments is a legit accomplishment. Your opponent is not going to give you the massive advantage of not heel hooking you. It's just not going to happen at a tournament like that. But the truth is, all this drama, it just makes me that much more excited to see him finally compete in the UFC.